Indeed, welcome back to us. We have got Vega going up against Monkey Freedom Fighters. My name's Eddie Pixel. I'm here with Draskell. The game has started, so let's get you guys into it. And yes, as they were saying, Andy, and as you were saying to me, Vega's lined up pretty damn strong. The Rise is on the Magnus.
Yeah, Rise has got his mag. As Hani mentioned on the couch previously, this kind of makes their lineup viable at all stages in the game. Especially late on, you have that Empower into the Juggernaut. You get a nice RP, you got the Vacuum, you got Static Storm. The Wombo combo and team fight from MFF is very strong. However, I also was talking to you about this during the draft when they were on the couch. I really feel like they've put no one in a fantastic position to do well in this game, because nothing really on the side of MFF, barring like Way2 and Yapso rotating towards mid, is really going to do much to interrupt his farm. And I feel like that in of itself is scary, because this guy, he's been playing some phenomenal games.
The shots are already 3 heroes trapped on the wrong side of it. There's going to be the Blade Fury from Beaven out with the damage here from the side of Vega, bringing him incredibly low. One more rocket was needed, but they can't quite get it in. He's going to be able to salve himself with the high ground. Right strike way onto 2 here. Yapso's moving in with the Iron Shell as well, trying to chase him down. No one's running around with the race, but it's going to be Solo getting low. Will pop us out, but he gets popped himself. First one there to the side of Monkey Freedom Fighters. Can they find Mag as well? Demon's trying to chase him down, and Mag will pop the south. Against you see with the Slayer now caught between 3 of them. The body block from Demon, he just stands there on the stairs, says you shall not pass. A second kill for Monkey Freedom Fighters, and a very favourable bounty room fight there from the guys. And he gets to line up with heroes like Tusk, like Lina. I mean, what a start for the team.
Dude, that is the dream. Go from getting ice sharded in, potentially even losing your core before the first creep wave spawns, into getting 2 kills, one of which goes to Disruptor. That is like...
That is the dream.
Yeah, that's the dream for singing the boys. And poor no one, man. As soon as I mentioned, I feel like he's been playing really well lately. He just bissed 2 raises like back to back in the beginning of the first fight. Not that I think it would have mattered too much, because after you've already committed everything, like throwing out shards to block and such, Ion Shell just becomes too much for you to deal with, and then you have to run away. So, very nice start here from MFF. They're definitely going to be happy with that.
Yeah. And this off lane, of course, from Freedom Fighters, Demon on the Darkseer. Can be backed up as well by this Yapso Night Stalker, so it's going to be interesting to see how much Vega can get on this ladder. He's going to, of course, have the support here Solo hanging around on Lina, and of course Mr. Seema the Slayer on his Bane as well. So space will be there for this ladder, but at the same time the Iron Shell is going to be a bit of a hindrance here as he tries to fall.
You still gotta be careful though, they do have kill potential on this Demon.
Okay, there's the crush onto the Darkseer as well. They've got the chase done beautifully. Light Strike Ray coming out as well. We'll finally get the Surge out. We'll get the kill onto Darkseer, but they do lose their position once Slardar in return. So, I guess an even trade there between the sides?
It's not really even though. I think MFF are actually happy with that, considering the fact that, like, Yapso is not going to be zoned, right? Which means that he gets level 3, potentially even level 4,
That's true.
very early on in this game. And that means his first night is going to be a lot easier on him, because he's going to have extra point into Void, maybe even has that point into Crippling Fear. I know some Night Stalker players nowadays opt out of it, but a nice deny here from Solo on the bottom rune, from the high ground. Good stuff. But yeah, MFF definitely get the laning phase that they're looking for. They have 2 lanes going fairly well for them right now. Middle is going to be an uphill battle, of course, but over time, I mean, Shadow Fiend's always going to find his farm, and I think that Arise is being looked at as the playmaker here, not necessarily like a position 1 or a 2, where no one is kind of in that spot for Vega. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot of fighting coming out from MFF here.
Yeah, and of course that fantastic synergy they've got between Arise on the Magnus and the fact that they've got that Juggernaut carry. The Empower is going to allow things to farm incredibly fast, and there's going to be that point where the Juggernaut is just going to be able to eat away at the Shadow Fiend at a certain point in the mid game if Sing gets that traction in the early game.
If you get isolated against Juggernaut as SF, you just die. Like, there's not really anything that you can do. Maybe hope that you can like land a really clutch Requiem after an Omni or a spin. I know some Shadow Fiend players are really good at timing that out, and that can like get a turnaround kill, but more often than not, if you're 1v1 against a Jug, you're dead. But all in all, MFF's still looking pretty solid here. The starter is recovering in terms of overall farm, and since that trade happened bottom lane, Vega are definitely stabilizing here. The Darkseer has actually transitioned away from the lane completely, and looks like Demon's just going to start jungling now, as they want Yapso to get a lot of experience in this early game. I think that's going to be hugely important for them in the momentum.
Yeah, this is going to be nice for MFF, but yeah, as you said, the fact with the supports, because you're pretty much getting the triple pulls on the Radiant jungle, getting the creeps all the way around and clearing out the camp, so Solo and Seam are doing a good job there of being efficient with their own half of the map. And Seam's going to be able to find himself a rune here, and Invis would be nice, maybe allow him to get something set up in the mid lane. It's going to be a haste, I mean that as well in itself might allow something, but they're going to try and save it here and allow no one to pick that one up on the SF, so they get it here for the SF. And the ASUS just continue to get a lot of space down here with the shell on him, making it very hard for Mr. Pashi Bashi to come in for the CS. 3 for 1 still for MFF, and certainly looking better for the guys here in this game compared to how it was going against Alliance in the first series today.
Not to mention, like, their laning phase, I feel, Vega are committing 3 heroes to this bottom lane, and they're up against dual lanes, sometimes even solo Night Stalker, and I still don't think that they've really gotten what they wanted out of it. Because with Lina Bane, you really want to be getting kills, and looks like they wanted to try to go on Pasha there for a second. But
it's very hard to do, of course, against these 3 heroes. But as you said, as nice as they are defensively, you do want to be using these supports offensively, and as you were saying, Vega just haven't found the window to do that against these 2 offlaners of MFF.
Yeah, I mean this support combo can actually like smoke as well. Nightmare on mid, get like a Light Strike array into double raise. They can even kill a mag, which I feel is oftentimes very difficult for some support combos to take out.
Efficiency as well. They stack the camp and say, let's clean it up ourselves. There's Demon here with the shell. And he'll get himself fairly low, so we're not aware of this. Demon will get himself a nice bit of farm here on this Darkseid. In fact, Salve up and look for more camps by the looks of it. Giving Yaps all that space
around on mid? Oh, I think he was looking for the career actually.
Ah, okay. I mean, talking about the mid lane, Arise at the moment 21 for 1, there's 40 for 13 on no one, obviously backing up and utilising the fact that he is on the Radiant side as well. But of course no one having a pretty good time.
Yep.
But Arise nonetheless, it'll be interesting to see what kind of timing he gets on his Blink Dagger.
Oh.
Demons.
No, he's going for the rune, okay. He's not going to check the stack. That's what Dino was doing. He was checking the stack to see how much it had.
He's just going to take it.
He's going to try to take it. This is so ballsy. No one's level 7, which means if he casually walks back there after picking up the rune to go take his stack,
that is a DD.
I mean, I'm not saying he's going to go back there right now. He could just go bottom.
Yapzor's in a lot of trouble. There are 4 heroes here closing in on him. God bless you, Night Stalker.
Goodbye.
Night.
Well, that does mean that Jimmy is going to be able to get all this stack and top lane as well.
Yeah, in we go with the Blade Fury. There'll be a snowball coming out to buy them some time. It's going to go straight through as the creep. Sing Sing trying to get the slashes in. Purple Bull's coming out as well, and he's trapped in the field here. They'll look to find Mac, who'll turn around with the shards. Gets Sing low on the so they're coming in with the rotation, 5 1. And he's going to find himself a second one in Nightmare to step into the right strike away. They'll take down the Disruptor. And meanwhile, we've got a Darkseid dying. Arise does find a clean-up kill on PSF, and action going off left, right, and centre this game at the moment, 6 minutes in.
Yeah, so I think... Yeah, so the Shadow Fiend killed Demon, but they also used RP, and there was an Ion Shell on Arise, so they had to commit quite a lot to take out no one, and he still ends up getting something for his death, but that puts Arise pretty damn close to his Blink Dagger.
This top lane, Andy. 3 heroes on both sides.
Going down.
Sing wants to go with the slash. There's going to be a snowball coming out first. Onto Yapzor. They're going to move forward. The Light Strike catching onto the Yapzor Night Stalker, but he turns around with the Void. Now with the Blade Fury from Sing Sing. They'll pick up the kill onto Tusk. They do lose their NS here. Seema's trying to find way to. The Omni Slash comes out, makes short work here of the Lina. Seema with a killing spree as he was able to end the life of Disruptor. So it should be a 2 for 2 there. But the fact that Sing was able to look through it will get himself a kill amongst it all as well. I think MFF again will be happy with that engagement.
I think Mag was expecting a very early Omni coming out from Sing.
Yes.
Like, he backed away from the creep wave and just assumed, okay, he's just going to go for an Omni. I'll preemptively try to cast Snowball, but Sing patiently held on to it, and then as soon as they come out, it's automatically like a support kill. But they do end up trading, which I still feel is okay.
Dire's middle tower.
And I mean this as well. And we just saw Arise backing up there, starting to get the stacks up.
Yeah.
This is kind of classic Arise. We're 8 minutes in, and he's got pretty much got the blink.
Yeah.
This is Arise Magnus at his finest.
It's terrifying to think about that he had such a nice lane. I mean, sure, no one's gonna outfarm him, but he also got his stack stolen on top of that, so it's not like the Shadow Fiend is completely balling out of control, like 9 to 10 CS a minute at the 10-minute mark, which is actually kind of normal if the Shadow Fiend isn't pressured at all, right? But he's only sitting at around 57 right now. He's got a death, so he's definitely not playing maybe up to the stuff that he would like, but
And this is kind of nice as well for Arise. He stacks up the camp, Demon comes in to finish it off, and Jimmy with that will be very close to his level 6. In fact, he's got it from that stack. So he's got the level 6 down the darks here. They're going to smoke and go. They want to try and use the combo here from Jimmy, and with the Blink RP initiation, they might just use the RP just to kill the SF, because it's a big kill at this point.
If they have double shell and they skewer him back, he will die. Like, there is no way the Shadow Fiend gets away from that.
Ooh, have a loophole, Rosie. As well, right there. 1 min. Pull from Nova. Hold him to that. If it's longer than a minute, we'll kick him.
Pasha actually opted in for bottle this game, which I find a bit interesting. Considering how aggressive MFF have been playing this, I would figure that he would just go for a straight blink as well, right? Like, if you know that Mag is going to have blink, you kind of want some form of counter initiation outside of just snowball.
Look at this man. He's a madman. Hiding on the high ground Arise. He's waiting for someone to come out towards this mid lane. It's going to be smoke up here from the boys on the side of Vega. Seeing looking for the wraparound. He might actually catch Arise at his own game here. If he has the right way. Arise. Okay, straight in with the RP. There's 3 heroes here as well, and even though there's 2 supports on the side. Oh, gets it. Oh, nice shot as well. He's still alive, the Laguna. Onto Yamsu. Yamsu's going to get himself the hell out. Solo trying to get the right clicks in. We're going to get another grip from Seema. They play it absolutely beautifully. They're really solo here to wait to. But Seema's just going to be able to force back the Disruptor. We are going to have a bit of a pause here in a DC, unfortunately, from the side of MFF. Hopefully that didn't affect that fight's outcome.
I think he was dead anyway.
But I mean, that was
a 3-man Light Strike array after the Requiem came out. That was such a nice thing that he was able to get Requiem off after he got skewered in. I'm just going to say that buckler let him get that Requiem off. Also, the stun on top of it was sick. But
yes,
making the best of a bad situation right there for Vega.
Oh, absolutely. I think there was that point as well. MFF find the RP and they're like, that's their first stun, and then what else have they got to stop the channeling the ult is like.
But I think Seema wasn't he smoked?
They smoked right.
Yeah, he walked up, his smoke broke, and I think he was looking at somewhere else on the map.
Yeah,
because sometimes
he went past the little gap where you get the vision.
Yeah, and he's like, wait a minute, why did my smoke break? And then he realizes it as Arise blinks in, so all in all, not too terrible for Vega. They do lose the Shadow Fiend again, but he did buy pretty much everything before he died, so he is well on his way to mech.
I mean, as you said as well, they commit the RP there. They only just kill him with it when he has a buckler. When he's got a full mech, you're suddenly going to need a
He actually probably would have lived if he had mech.
He'd be able to walk it off.
So that first death and stealing the stack, like, maybe those 2 things don't happen. He could have potentially lived there and just killed everyone. That would have been an amazing turn.
Look at this Invis rune as well.
Mag going for the body blocks. It's pretty greedy.
Is Arise spooked? Yeah, I don't think he is. Arise is still looking for the 10-minute rune. He's not going to find it. And the backup is here for Vega. Arise! Oh, what? That is a nice gank. That is, and that might just have saved his life there.
Yeah.
There was 4 heroes on Vega ready to kill him.
The safest way to kill, I think, in that situation is just to shards, to stop blink, force him to skewer. Okay, Pasha, there's a lot of heroes here, man. Yeah. That ain't your base. Dude, he's making space right now, though. Look at this. This space creation.
This is a player here.
Oh my God. No!
Dude, if he got out of that one.
If he tread switch to strength.
Come on, step out your twed switching?
Twed switching.
Twed switching.
We'll call this the 8-year-old stream.
The 8-year-old stream?
Yep.
How is this the 8-year-old stream?
Because that's what an 8-year-old would say. They would say twed. I can't even say it, like my brain won't let me do it. I can't associate with all the youngins nowadays.
There we go, the bottom lane, Sing getting the push on. Demon's there as well to cut the creeps off. We'll see if they can do anything in response to this. They're going to have to slow that back up in 5 seconds if they want to try and CP down, but they might just let this one be a freebie here for the side of MFF. Top lane though, looking for the trade, solo Mag, trying their own bit of pressure into the tier 1, and it looks like they're just straight out of tier 1s here, not looking to fight either side.
I don't mind Vega dodging the fights right now.
Yeah.
Because with Blink RP, with Static Storm, Omni, they got some insane teamplay utility on MFF. I don't really mind the whole try to rat it out a bit. You got arguably equal terms on late game, I feel, for Vega. A lot of it's going to be down to Arise.
Coming in with a Thunder Strike, this backup as well. Sing has got the Omni Sash, he's going to use it straight away here. The Blade Fury to follow at the sprint. We must be trying to get himself out of there, but there's a glimpse. Brought back straight under the wall as well as Demon drops that. Jimmy just going full in with the pain.
They have to sack this too.
They do have the mech on the Shadow Fiend, but as you said, 1 hero down, not the ideal time for Vega to fight.
I'm really kind of weirded out by how Pasha's playing this game. Like, he's 0-3 right now.
Fortified.
He didn't have, like, an amazing laning phase. He also traded himself early on when the Darkseer and the Night Stalker were still down there, going for a kill. And then they kind of just left him on his own.
Radiant's bottom
So now,
is
I
under
feel like he might be a little bit tilted the way he's playing this. I don't know, man. He's, like, diving into tier 1s and against, like, 4 heroes.
That's going to be Tusk Glimpse back away from the tower there. Did TP in them, back to the top lane for him, and that's going to be a free tower here. And then for the side of Sing Stack, there's going to be people coming over the reactions though. Can they try and fight? Sing just puts meeting what he's ready to go. Straight in with the kinetic third and the static storm, with the Fuse Cross there from Seema holding Sing in place. The damages are flowing through there because of the Blade Fury, and now they're just turning the people onto 2. The foul one with the light truck around to 3, the Laguna Man and Steven another Requiem, blowing up Sing and the boys. Feeling like goes down as well. It's a 2 for 2 so far. Arise tries to get out. Ruby has to get a successful TP. Won't to. But for TP, but cancels it as he sees Solo closing in on him. There's a 2 for 2 at the moment. We'll get the glimpse back onto the Lina as well. So that is going to be that. So a position 1 and a support for position 1 and an offlaner. I think Vega will be happier with the way that went though. The fact that SF's there to clean up. 7.5k net worth now in the Shadow Fiend. 2.5k ahead of Sing Sing. But a bit of a messy fight nonetheless. And 12 for 13. This game, I think it's a lot closer than a lot of people anticipated between MFF and Vega.
Yeah, I mean, the fights are very scrappy, but I want to commend Vega for knowing that they could take that fight just based on the fact that Omnislash was down, and they also knew that the Glimpse had been used on the Tusk, which means that Seema gets a free ultimate. As soon as he sees the Static Storm go down, he just says to himself, free grip, you know, no big deal. They don't have really any reliable way to cancel it, especially if RP is expended, which it was to stop a Requiem. So Vega, I feel, just played that very well, had the awareness, and this picked up here, breaks the smoke. Do they not have any detection right now?
Come on, boys.
Is that the life we're living? Oh man, that is actually so painful.
Alright.
Solo gonna die? I think Yapsor goes for this one. Yeah, he definitely does.
Oh,
alright, Solo, you gotta realize it, man.
Solo!
Your health is going down!
I'm dying! I'm dying! The ping's come out, he says, what's going on? He's just got Yapsored. He's just got Yapsored. 30 seconds down, they might get the kill in return. They'll put down the Amplify now with the Snowball following through as well. But we'll find the stun. It's been dropped by Jimmy, and Jimmy will drag Mag back in with the vacuum. Yapsor's still over the timing, but there's your Phoenix Grip now, holding Yapsor in place. But we'll get the Night Stalker kill. We'll just get themselves out here. It looks like we are seeing a rotation in from Horizon Way 2. They don't have RP. Actually just got, okay, now they literally just came off cooldown and Arise brings it in. And we'll be able to find the pickup onto the Tusk. So they do get themselves an extra kill in return for losing the Night Stalker. Keeping things even across the board. Arise closing in on his 4-staff now, 1k gold on top of the staff of Wizardry. Seeing has been glimpsed there.
Tower is falling.
Yeah, you can't fight that.
I was going to say they need more than just the Disruptor, and they have got it. Arise turns up, but the Nightmare pops into Jimmy. Jimmy having a quick snooze.
It's a very action-packed game, I guess you could call it. But
It is. And a very close action-packed game as well. It doesn't necessarily feel like there's a clear winner in each of these fights. I mean, in terms of farm, yeah, the Shadow Fiend was well ahead at the top of the board, but there's 3 cores on the side of MFF doing very well, and overall, it is incredibly close at 15-16 minutes in. This game has the potential to go both ways at this point.
I feel when a game is close, it typically favors the team that has better 5-men.
Okay.
Because with the same amount of gold, you're relying mainly on ultimates, right? So if you have equal farm to Vega right now, I think you're feeling fairly comfortable. As long as you keep landing those RPs, keep getting some decent static storms going for yourself.
That skew onto no one! Beautifully placed by Arise. They went out the forward damage to kill him, and now with the Snowball coming out, they might just try and fight this. They'll go leave the blade on top even out, but he gets the Omni Slash off though. The Student Increase, they'll move out to Blade Fury and keep himself alive. As he goes back in for the kill on no one. The Light Strikes nice onto 2 with the follow. They do find the kill onto Demon, but a 1-for-1 and another 1-for-1 that MFF are going to be very happy with. They get the deny on the tower, and they get the kill onto no one on the SF. They might even get more. Glimpse down to Mag, bringing him back into the party ring. He's silenced up, but he's going to get brought down as well. And Monkey Freedom Fighters stepping it up. Skew onto Solo. The game and the fight's not over yet. We'll have the Euro set to a turnaround with a stun as well.
Miss.
There's back up as well. They've got the Fiend's Grip on Bane, but they can't quite catch anyone out. MFF playing it safe. I've got to be honest, they're certainly stepping up their gameplay from the first series of the day.
They just realized that their lineup is meant to be fighting non-stop. Like, they even picked Juggernaut as a carry. So they got their sustain, they got the mech, they got the healing ward, as long as their ultimates are up, which honestly none of them are really that long of a cooldown. I guess RP is like 110 seconds. That's not too bad.
I think that's the longest, isn't it?
Well, Omni is actually longer by 10 seconds, but
okay.
It's like Omni. I don't think is 100% necessary for them to fight. Obviously, it helps, but if you get any good ultimate, like a good static storm will win you a fight, a good RP will win you a fight. Hell, even a good vac wall could win you a fight. The one thing they have to always keep in mind though is that no one is going to have his BKB soon. When he has BKB, your only lockdown for him is RP. If you can't get that and he gets a nice Requiem, has that mech, the fight could be a little bit rough for you. And Pasha now also has his Blink Dagger, so there are a few more avenues for Vega now to start taking these fights.
I mean, I guess that is the question at this point. Okay. Well, Pasha's found a rise.
Yeah, he's alright.
He's not finding any bashes, that. Yeah, I mean, at this point, do you imagine we'll see Vega group up and look to try and take fights, or do you think they're more content with playing a bit more passively and just finding the farm across the map?
I think the Shadow Fiend, BKB, and the Slardar Blink is a fairly hefty power spike for Vega. They could be looking to also try to get Roshan sometime soon because they have Tusk and Slardar together. So if they smoke up and they pick like 1 or 2 heroes, they could force like buybacks out from MFF if they want to defend Roshan, or they can just secure it for themselves. And again, this is a very close game, so either team is very capable of taking a team fight. It just matters who gets the better jump, and then of course if MFF can land their ultimates.
Yeah, bottom lane at the moment, Vega looking to take a tier 1. We've got some movement heading over this way. Just Jimmy hanging around by the tier 2.
Dyer's
We join forces here with Arise and Way 2. And Arise does have that RP available here. Shelling him up, ready for the initiation. And there are 5 heroes on the side of Vega here. It's going to be a hard one to fight. Back up now, in, and there's your initiation. Oh, can't quite find the scope of it now. The return as Pasha comes with a blink. The crush up to Rise, the light track as well. That's the Magnus down. It's a lovely wall. It's a lovely kinetic field, but it doesn't look like it's enough. There's going to be a buyback here from Arise. So he's trying to move on to Mag. The Requiem now coming off of no one. And the back of the fight is trying to clean up the nation. Omni stands from Sing Sing, and he's going to do it. He gets the kill onto no one on the Shadow Fiend. It's a double kill for Jimmy. And a beautiful wall. And Solo is going to get cleaned up. What a fight for MFF. It didn't look great at the beginning. They whiffed the skewer initiation. There was a jump in from Pasha. And somehow, Sing Sing with a beautiful Omni Slash save just for the Shadow Fiend. And I mean, that was a huge fight. 4 kills, they did lose Arise, but he brought back. And they still come out massively on top in terms of XP and gold.
Yeah, that's one of the really nice things about MFF's lineup is it doesn't matter if you only land one of the ults as long as one lands. Like, how much damage did that Static Storm deal to the entirety of Vega when they were caught inside of it? Because I think it was, what, 3 heroes?
I think it was
that
4
was stuck. Because the Bane
as well.
Yeah, like, Seema just died, right? Like, he couldn't do anything. Of course, this does mean that MFF's going to be able to secure Roshan. Okay, they really think about...
as well! Magnum Pasha! Standing on the cliff holding hands. Wasn't the place to be.
Alright, this game is completely...
this is being stepped up, and Yapso's not done. He's moving in, looking for Seema, and he's got the silencer as well. Sing Sing's coming through as well. He's getting powered up. He wants to take the kill. There'll be the mech here from the SF, but now the blink fall from Rise turns around for a quick shockwave. Seema's going to get taken down. They've got the Nightmare now with a stun into Rise, but I don't think it matters. They've only got 2 heroes in the pitch at the moment, and no one. He's got a BKB and run. And even with the BKB, they might find it. Sing Sing just starts to fight here with the right clicks. Arise has got the blink available and the 4-staff if he wants to continue to fight. And here we go. 4-staffs across. There's the blink. No one tries to fight for the true love. But now the standing some of the kinetic field as well. On to 2. No one gets taken down. They're going to find Solo here as well. Almost certainly. That's going to be another kill here. Solo to 4. And Monkey Freedom Fight is just walking all over Vega at this point of the game. 21 minutes in.
They need to get together as more than just 2 or 3 heroes and stop trying to take skirmishes against a 5-man at MFF. Like, it was showcased bottom lane that their 5-man is insanely good. Even with their Magnus dying pretty much instantly, sure, he bought back. But you have to also account for the fact that Arise did not use RP in that fight at all. Yeah, I don't know.
Look at that drop off as well.
I'm pretty sure that MFF should have this game as long as they don't make a huge mistake after that. Like, that little run gave an Aghanim's to Yapzor. They get Roche. They're gonna have all their ultimates back up the next time they take a team fight.
And they're gonna blink on Jimmy Jump.
Yeah. Like, that was just a disaster for Vega. The last 4 or 5 minutes were just awful for them.
That was such a tail off in terms of net worth and
Radiant's middle tower
XP difference.
fallen.
And they're ready to go again. RP's back online. How long have you got until Warzone? 28 seconds, okay. That's going to be following through pretty soon. And they've got the Omni Slash on Sing.
Even at this point, I think Blink for Sing isn't too bad. Like, just being able to put yourself in a position where you can get that Omni on no one.
Yep.
That ability is so good against Shadow Fiends who build this way, because BKB does nothing for you. You can isolate him as long as your positioning is good, and you just kill him. Like, you take away the usefulness of the mech, you take away the usefulness of the BKB that he pretty much has to buy for the other heroes on MFF, and you just say, yeah, you're dead. And you have no counterplay, because you don't have Ghosts, you don't have Yules, you don't have any way of mitigating that damage outside of just sheer health and armor.
He really wants to go for an RP here. He really wants it. He's going to try for it. Only catches Mag though, but Mag in a lot of trouble now. Brought back. They get the fierce onto Rise. Pasha does get the crush off. But now, the vacuum Jimmy doing it for the boys. People don't go forward with the Blade Fury. Finds the kill onto Tuss. There's the BKB for no one. He's trying to turn around and punch here. The amplifier's onto Sing Sing. They still have all 5 alive on the side of MFF. And they might be ready to just turn and bring Pasha in if he chases it. But Pasha is going to think better of it. Hangs back. Doesn't want to jump back in too aggressively. Oh, there we have it. Another kill for the side of MFF. The RP, not perfect, but it's the job done, and it does allow them to find a kill at least.
Yeah, I mean, trading the Aegis for a hero, it's probably fine for MFF because they still have tier 2s to hit. If they were trying to go high ground, I'd say that trade would have been less favorable, and Seema living life on the edge over here. Gonna get spotted out, but looks like the Gem Aghanim's Night Stalker is gonna start.
Oh, the double iron shell run down here onto Pasha.
My lord. This is like the poorest safe lane starter I think I've ever seen in my life.
And Demon's performance this game is...
He's broke, man. He's got 800 gold.
Pasha,
Blink bottom.
yeah,
Pasha is absolutely broke.
He's struggling this game. He really is.
Even Solo has higher net worth. God.
Oh boy.
That is painful. Oh, Sing.
Sing?
He knows he can't. He's got a Yules. He just disjoint most of the damage. So, the thing about this game is, if Vega end up losing, you could pretty much attribute like 90% of it to that bottom lane fight.
Yeah.
Like that fight just, I don't know, MFF were in such a good position afterwards that how do you actually throw an advantage like that? Because you just got anywhere from 6,000 to 7,000 experience and gold from one engagement. It buys you core items on like 3 of your heroes simultaneously. And sure, the Aegis itself didn't really do a whole lot for you. It got like a Tusk kill. But since that point, Vega were not able to get together in a large force and try to take an objective for themselves. Where before that, they were always pressuring. They were pushing into towers. They were trying to take map control away for themselves. And now it's like, the hell do we do?
Oh boy, indeed. Sing Sing, what's he going for now anyway? The ultimate orb, is it the Skadi? Is the Skadi? Okay.
Yeah, I think it is. It's good synergy with the Mag. Like building items with Empower is pretty much the way that you want to go most of the time.
Yeah.
That's why whenever you don't have like a melee core, a lot of people go towards heroes like Medusa, who typically build Skadi anyway. You know, just anything that builds any stats.
Gets the percentage increase, yeah.
So this is pretty standard stuff coming out from Sing. Shout out to 6.83 Juggernauts, I guess.
Here we go. That Vega aren't happy. I'm telling you that. They're smoked up and they're ready to go. They're looking for blood here. The monkey
They're gonna smoke at the same time.
Okay.
Or they're just kind of chilling here, waiting.
This is gonna get painful. Or maybe
they're gonna run away from each
I was
other.
gonna say if they're going opposite directions.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
They're saying scout out top because somebody's probably waiting there to farm, and MFF are like, nah, man, we're going for kills too.
Looks like nothing's gonna come of this one.
It's actually pretty damn fortunate for Vega that they're not running into MFF right now.
Oh,
Double damage Juggernaut, if it's for over 400, you're probably not winning that fight, just saying.
The question is if they kind of wrap around back into it. If they go up by the Ancients here. Now it's like, yeah. Okay, they saw the Iron Shell. Yeah. So the Iron Shell damage.
So yeah, you cannot fight this outside of the base, I feel. And as soon as you see Sting with the DD, you're just like, yeah, we're waiting for that shit to wear off.
Well, I mean, you can fight it, but you're probably gonna lose.
Nah, I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, there you go. Understandably taking it a little bit more careful now.
It sees into the base, right? Yeah, a little bit. The Aghanim's
The Aghanim's out from that position.
Yeah, I think Yapso was just standing like
definitely
a little bit closer to try to give vision for a skewer or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, this is such a good synergy here with Arise. We know how far he can get.
And Disruptor as well.
Initiation. Oh, that's a beautiful vacuum.
Nice
The RPM
BKB.
one though.
Very nice.
Beautiful, beautiful reactions from no one.
That's actually, if he didn't BKB, I think he was dead there.
I would have put a lot of money on him being dead.
He probably just gets instantly omnied, but with that, MFF just back up. No reason to push it right now. They're still in an advantageous position. They can just wait out next Roshan. We'll see how long the respawn is in less than a minute here. It's going to be a long or a short one. And then we're looking to potentially see a smoke up from either side to try to get positioning for that Rosh. And if Vega can somehow take a team fight right now, you can't underestimate their late game potential with Lina transitioning into a core. SF is still very scary, especially when you have amplified damage at your disposal as well. They just have a lot of ground to recover.
A lot of ground.
Yeah.
A lot of ground. But they are doing it. Slowly but surely, as you said, if they can hold on. There's your Scotty now done on Sing Song.
My god. He is... This is one of the coolest things about playing with Magnus, is that even though you're building nothing but pure stats and you are just unbelievably tanky, you still hit for a ton of damage. You don't have to worry about making like, oh, I need MKB or I need Basher or something just so I can DPS. Nope, I got him power. I'm good.
I mean, Magnus as well, Arise, 2.3k gold. I imagine at this point he's just probably going to look for the refresher on next year. Or do you think he goes to something like the Shivas first?
I know he likes Shadowblade.
It does, doesn't he? Sometimes
Yeah.
he goes up for that one.
I think he was one of the first Magnus players who started going Shadowblade often in competitive games, especially once you have this core setup, because Shadowblade makes a team who's already behind feel even more pressured to buy stuff like Detection, which your supports can't really afford. You're like, okay, well I don't want to buy sentries just to stop a Magnus from initiating, and even if I put sentries outside of my base, alright, well I also need an observer there to even have vision for the sentry to matter. So it makes it very difficult for a support player in this position when you don't have any map control of your own. And they could just go back and buy something like a gem, I suppose, but the problem still stands of we need to see him before it's too late. And oftentimes, when you have a Night Stalker on the other team, it's not easy.
Yeah, because I mean, as we said before with that mid push, their just range of initiation is insane. With the 4-star and the blink, it's so hard to... You just got to constantly be prepared for him to jump on you.
Yeah. It is stressful to say the least right now for Vega.
Which, I mean, we did see, of course, last time. You know, no one was very much prepared for it with his BKB reaction. Even with the 4-star blink initiation, with the RP, getting that chance to get the BKB out. It's got the SMY picked up as well here now on no one on the SF, so a little bit tankier as well. So kind of just be able to live through that initial burst of damage when MFF jump on him.
It's still the second highest net worth. Like, given the fact that his team has been behind for some time, he was prioritized in the early game. No one was really pressuring him, but he did get ganked after a while, a few times, and then of course bottom fight was a disaster, and since then he's been struggling to keep up, but he's managed to do pretty well. I think the more important thing actually is the fact that Solo gets Aghanims.
Yeah, so 30 minutes, so that's not too bad for a support Lina, especially in a game that's been going this way for the side of Vega.
Yeah, still higher net worth than Slardar, by the way. Pasha has transitioned into, I don't know what, like position 4 Slardar.
This would be a good time to... I mean, Arise has still got this Invis ring on him. If Vega come into this...
This could be pretty big. They can catch Yeps or nope. Not gonna go for it.
Okay.
I mean, to be honest, MFF have great position
This could be
here.
a huge RP if they jump back in, but it looks like they're just getting themselves out here, MFF. They don't want to jump blindly into the jungle.
Yeah. I mean, the nice thing about that fight is if they initiate on Yapsor, because that's a really enclosed space, there is opportunity for really big setups on
They're going to go back in
RP.
MFF.
Yeah, here we go. Yapsor needs to be leading though. He's in the back. I don't know why. Yeah, okay, they're waiting for him.
Ooh, no one. He's even a tank this. They're going to put the BKB straight away now. Does right the punches. No,
Oh,
Chris
gosh.
touch on to 2, and they're looking for the Requiem as well. They will get it.
Nice.
Yummy actually come out here from Sing Sing. They've already lost Arise. Arise by back straight away. Demon's getting ready. That's a triple kill for no one. Now with the light struggle to be even on Sing Sing's in a lot of trouble. He's got way too by his side. He'll Brave Fury enough to try and get himself out of here. The question is, will they be happy with just that? It looks like they will. They lost the SF at the end of that. But the fact that no one was able to pick up a triple kill before he died, they did force out the buyback here from Arise, as Arise was a little bit worried that the fight would continue.
That was a double Requiem, right? Yeah, I think it was.
Yes,
I think he got his regular Requiem off, and then he died.
Yes,
so
he got both off.
the amount of damage that just came out was insane.
Yeah.
So that was actually pretty good from Vega.
That was a
all
very
things
good fight
considered.
from-
I mean,
That
even
was
the
a very
fact
good
that
fight.
Arise bought back So he must have assumed that, yeah, Roshan is alive right now. So that does make sense in the end, but
It was, well, obviously he didn't get the chance to use the RP, so he was ready to try and
yeah,
get
he
set
got
back
stun
in.
locked.
Yeah.
He got like Blink Crush, Light Strike Array, amped and just blown up. He might even consider buying a Eul's or a Ghost Scepter at this point.
Things coming out here by the Roshan pit, both teams realizing this is pretty much going to be the defining fight here. Sing Sing goes in, just get amplified over, Blade Period off. And hello, breaking in. Get the brings back onto Seema, but this isn't really the fight for Way 2 to be in on the front lines. We're going to keep it.
Nice.
Cure for the rise, the snowball's there in reaction.
I can't save him. He's dead.
This man is a dead man. Mac out of the game for 50 seconds. Demon looking forward, gets a vacuum onto 2. Way 2 coming forward as well. Static Storm's there onto Solo. They put the nighttime here, trying to chase down Alina. No one trying to move himself in. Solo wiggles himself up. Now Bashu with the stun. He's going to get Rise back. RP coming out to no one. And no one did get the BKB off in time. Demon's getting himself out of there. No one looking for the up, but he can't quite get it out. We'll finally do so. But almost Solo go for his life. The Sing Sing picks up a triple kill. Now Rise going to show back into that Bashu. People out of the Is this going to be a rampage here for Sing Sing? He's looking for Black. Yes, he can! Rampage with that GG is called! Monkey Freedom Fighters taking game 1 in a series that a lot of people wouldn't have expected them to do so. What an ending to the game, Andy, and they said, what the heck?
Oh, that's a Magnus ban next game.
Yep.
That is definitely a Magnus ban next
Pick
game,
Magnus,
100%.
win the game, it's what Harney said.
He was right.
Harney was right. Harney was absolutely bang on.
I think a lot of games, even if, say, that bottom fight doesn't happen where MFF just completely crush it,